Sean and Don here.
Happy Friday.
You know what?
Friday live.
It is actually Friday.
And it's live.
It's live right now. It won't be live when we record.
Whatever.
Leave it up. It'll be a little later.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Sorry, we're a little late
We're
today.
on location.
We are on
shooting
location.
this
A little
week.
late, yes, from posting because yesterday was our anniversary, so we decided that was important. And
Took the day off.
Took the day off from some of our free things. So today, we're gonna talk about
Briefly.
Try to talk briefly about. We've heard some in our mighty networks. Some people are struggling getting back to the
Consistent routine, yes.
after the pandemic. The struggle with that, and just how to find those habits again. So that's first thing we're going to talk about. Second thing we're going to talk about is vacation. How does it look on a intuitive eating mindset when you're on vacation? We've been talking a lot about that, and guess where we're at? We're on vacation.
We're on vacation, so we figured it's a good opportunity.
Planned this 6 months ago. It turned out to be the worst timing when it came, but we're going to do it. It's the anniversary and Don's birthday coming up. What? So let's talk a little bit about habits and finding the consistency back into whatever the routine was that you did. I'm not going to mince words. It's hard, right? You have to set a priority though for yourself. And so if hypothetically you used to wake up every morning at 5 a.m. and go work out, you need to get up at 5 a.m. every day and do some sort of effort, whether that's heading to the gym for a traditional workout, or maybe you're going to go twiddle in your garage and clean it out for an hour. Or you're setting a pattern that, hey, this is my time for bettering myself, whatever it looks like.
Yeah, and I think if you look at it as self-care too, not necessarily, sometimes people feel like going to the gym when they have a busy home life can be selfish, and I don't like that word, even though it's not necessarily wrong to be selfish with your time. But I think if you consider it as self-care, is that this is important to take care of myself so that I can take care of others, and sometimes it's not ideal, but we sometimes have to do less than ideal things, to reach our goals or to maintain a certain level. So it's not forever that you have to get up at 4 in the morning or whatever, but it's a season of life that you're in, and your kids are young, and that's the only time you can get there. So it's keeping your alarm set, even though you don't have to get up that day. Maybe it's your day off, but you're still going to go in and have your class because that's what you've set aside for yourself. That's your priority, and you don't let anything get in that way.
Yeah, and I think everyone's wired differently. Like I would have a hard time working out in the afternoon. I get busy during the day. I just want to get my workout done and get it over with, and then I have about 1,000 excuses why I can't do it in the afternoon. And that could be a time management issue, it could be a scheduling issue, it could be a combination of all kinds of things, but I'm more productive getting my workout done first thing in the morning. And so, for those that don't know how our community works, they're just a bunch of caring people that care about each other. So we had in our private network group, one network member says, I'm struggling to get there at this time.
Anybody else in that class?
Who else can help?
Me?
And hands go up. I can help. I'm also struggling. So all of a sudden they have this common thing like, hey, I'm not alone in this, right? And it's not you're not weak or whatever, broken or anything if you struggle through those. What makes you strong is realizing that you're struggling and reaching out and finding the right ways. That makes you really strong. And you're resilient and you're focused towards.
And it makes for a stronger community too.
Absolutely.
We can reach out to each other.
So if you are struggling or you need help with things, or you are someone that's interested in who Storm King is, and you're struggling right now, we're willing to help you work through those struggles. That's our goal, is to get you into the building. Once you get there, it can look way differently than anyone else is doing. Some people struggle just because they're sore. And that's where we're like, come on in, we'll mix it up for you. We'll just stretch today.
Keep your routine, still get there.
Yep, but you establish that routine.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't want to go on and on because we can. You know how we are. Let's talk a little bit about vacation.
It's an interesting topic that comes up a lot with my nutrition clients.
So let's just talk about intuitive eating definition. Intuitive eating is basically eating your lifestyle foods, maybe with some slighter education on what might be better choices during the day, and you figuring out a mathematical equation. And I know this sounds like work, and it is work in the beginning, or basically you piece together what your day looks like.
Well, and it's really about listening to your body.
Yeah.
So
And it's like,
feeding yourself when it feels hungry,
correct.
and learning to understand your body's signals, and that's
So,
the whole intuitive part
I mean,
of it. Yeah.
and an intuitive eating and understanding everything in the sense of when people just say, well, just eat less or eat better. Intuitive eating, you really know what that looks like. So you can go to, in fact, you can go to McDonald's and get a value meal and make a better choice than going to one of the restaurants and getting a loaded salad, because the Big Mac value meal has less calories, and depending on what your goals are, probably not the best macronutrients for your goals, but the salad typically is going to have way more. So that's intuitive eating, right? Figuring out how to have your drinks, figuring out how to do it, listening to your body, adjusting as needed, and just knowing how your body gets
Yeah,
properly
so
fueled.
people want to know the specifics of how we make it work, and I know we've talked a lot about this before, but I had some conversations with clients right before we left, and this came up a lot because they knew we were going on vacation. So people want to know exactly what your day looks like, exactly what do you eat, and we talk about how we come home and we expect the scale to be up a couple of pounds. We know that we didn't put on all this body fat over the trip. However, we know what to expect, and it's just extra water retention.
2 to 3 weeks
It's
when we get
different.
back, we're going to see a little bit of fluctuation.
Yeah, no big deal.
No big deal.
Doesn't freak us out anymore.
Nope.
But okay, so let's kind of talk through a sample day real quick, and then we can sign off. But
I'll talk through my day, how you
Okay.
like to do it. You talk through your day. 'Cause,
okay,
this
it's
looks
pretty
different,
simple.
right?
It's pretty similar, but
So I like coffee in the morning. We get special alcohol, so I like to mix mine with a little whiskey or a little Bailey's and sit out and enjoy the sun and read a
yeah.
book.
We
Then-
tend to start our day really early on vacation,
Shocking.
just we're really early morning people, so we're up before the rest of the resort. We have our coffee and
We order a fruit tray and a pastry tray,
a couple
like
little
donuts and
pastries
stuff.
and a pot of
Delicious.
coffee.
So
He
we-
likes a little alcohol in his. I like to start out with mine just black.
Yep. Yeah, I'm on vacation, folks. I'm
Don't worry, I
vegging.
catch up.
We do. So then we usually lounge around and relax.
Uh-huh.
And we
We-
try to hydrate a lot. So if we're drinking, we try to avoid the sugary drinks like the Bahama Mama type things. Those are delicious, but they wreck your gut, especially if you
They
change
wreck your
it.
day.
They wreck your day. They just make you feel bad. So we
So
try to
we
find
fight
things
the
to
urge.
hydrate with more. So maybe that's like a tequila with a soda water and lime, or like a dash of like Sprite. I find like cutting like a little bit of bourbon or Sprite in a big jug with a bunch of soda water and lime. It's like kind of like the seltzers that you get in the States, right?
Yeah.
Where they're just really refreshing, but
That's
it's also
my-
hydrating.
Yeah, that's my go-to drink too. Most of the day is club soda and vodka or
Yeah.
tequila.
And we get a lot of that
And
put in our room, so we just
lots
pass.
of club soda, and I love it. I usually ask for like 4 limes, tons of limes, squeeze all that in there, and then we sip on that all day long, and then
Yeah.
that's kind of, we stick with that just
But-
because we know it's hydrating us at the same time.
Exactly, that's our goal,
So-
right? And then, do we go get shots at the bar every once in a while? Every once in a while. It's not really our jam either,
Or
right?
if someone pulls us in.
Yeah, someone will like, hey.
We try to be fun.
Yeah, we try to be fun, but our fun is more relaxing and
Yeah.
just
Doing our own
acting
thing.
our age, I guess.
Doing our own thing, yeah.
And then when we head out to eat, like we'll go to breakfast here in about an hour or so.
We eat like a late breakfast probably.
And so you like cottage cheese and fruit, typically a little bit of bread.
Yes, I'll start with oatmeal or eggs or something really
Yeah.
light for breakfast, but something I
too.
know that's gonna hold me over for most of the day.
Me too.
Yeah, and
Like,
then,
like salmon and lox here where we're at, it's always really good. It's the same thing, got some cream cheese with
yeah,
salmon.
I love that for breakfast.
And it's really good. So that, once again, having a drink, going down, we're walking around, hey, let's get some water beer, those Seckies or something like that, because it's also hydrating, it tastes good, it's got a little bit of calories in it. When we're at home, we're usually eating smaller meals 4 to 5 times a day. When we're out on vacation, we're usually eating 2 to 3
Probably
meals.
1 or 2 bigger meals,
Yeah.
yeah, and then the rest is just filling in.
So for lunch, like breakfast, eggs, some bacon. It's just you know, usually if it's a buffet style type thing, just try to go once and not really overdo it. Um, and realize you got plenty more of opportunities to eat. For lunch, we'll go and sometimes it's a grilled salad, like with some chicken breasts and a salad. Other times it's a hamburger. I love the crispy chicken burritos here.
I always try to choose something with protein.
Yeah, and what's
whatever.
nice about where we typically come is the plates are fairly small, so they're what you would consider a real portion, not an American style portion where you feel compelled to eat the entire thing. The other thing that we do on vacation quite a bit is that we'll split. I mean, a meal like, hey, I want a bite of that, you want a bite of that. How about we order that, and it ends up
Sure.
oftentimes being just the right amount of food. Like, yeah, I'm perfect. I don't need that, right? Still hydrating, drinking those drinks throughout the day. We come back, we go to dinner. It depends on the day. If we've been having a little bit of drinking more consistency through the day, I know I gravitate to more of a traditional starchier carb, something that maybe just helps soak things up. But that could be rice, potato. You had salmon last night. I had lobster and steak, which was delicious. A little bit of soup and stuff. But basically, we just eat. But we don't eat till we're stuck. We try to push away. We realize that we're here to enjoy ourselves, and nothing stresses us out about what we're eating. And that's the important part here, is because we know when we go back, we're making reasonable choices here.
Well, and we've learned how to choose things that are going to make us feel terrible too, because we've done those trips too where
Yeah.
you go a little too hard and then you just feel terrible, and so it makes us realize that that's not fun.
Well, and I think the other
So-
part is oftentimes people get so restrictive, and
it's
we are
one or the
guilty of
other.
it. Yeah, you're either all in or all out. So you lead up to a vacation and you are like going into like a
So
30 or
dialed in.
45-day diet with the intention of I'm going for it.
You're going to end the trip at the trip.
Yeah, and then you go to the trip and you basically become an asshole to yourself with eating and drinking too
Well, then you
much
feel
because you were so
terrible.
deprived from it. Guilty. I've done that, right? And in fact, we had those conversations before where we're like, I don't want to do that anymore, and I feel better not being so restricted at home because it allows me to be real when we're not at home. And I think that's the best thing, is find out how you become real. Realize that when you get back from wherever you're at, you just go back to what you were doing and be consistent with what you're doing. So when we go back, we'll take at least a week off from alcohol. Normally we'd have a drink once or twice a week. During the summer, sometimes it's 3 times a week that we'd have a drink. We tend to drink less in the wintertime just because, you know, it's not hot out and all that other stuff going on.
Not as much social stuff. Yeah.
But we'll go back, and it'll be at least a week with no alcohol, maybe 2 weeks. We take a couple days off from the scale. We haven't got on the scale here, obviously. couple days off from the scale, because we know what typically happens is, like, the first day, sometimes you're really low. Like you weigh less than you went or what you weighed.
A little dehydration.
But wait, there's more. 2 days later, you're up 4 or 5 pounds and you're freaking out. And all you were was severely dehydrated. So all those things that we said that we're trying to avoid dehydration, we're still going to go back and be dehydrated. But we're making a conscious effort to not make it be so extreme, right? So extreme, so that maybe the scale swings up 2 to 3 pounds and you're hanging out there for a week or two, and then it goes right back, right? And that's the thing, it's just finding the balance. No regrets, enjoying our time, and looking forward to the next opportunity to get away
Right.
and challenge ourselves to finding a balanced eating style.
All right, so let's recap. When we travel, what we recommend is that you start your day early. This is what works for us. We start your day early, start with just a little bit of food on your stomach, choose a couple of meals, plan your day out, choose a really hydrating drink, prioritize protein at all your meals, and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, enjoy yourself.
That's all there is to it.
Athlete celebrations.
Yep, so I saved these on my phone so I wouldn't forget, but we have, I
Becca
think
was
we
the
have like,
athlete of the. We had
yep,
a ton.
spotlight of the week.
Becca. Way to go, Becca.
Yes,
Her
if you
gym.
don't know Becca yet, you should get to meet her. She's
She's got
full
a
of
cool
energy.
story.
Yeah.
She's a nurse. She's a surfer. She is an adventurous girl. Is her fiance or husband? I don't know.
I'm not sure. Boyfriend?
Whomever her life companion.
Person she loves?
Is
Jim.
is also the Jim.
And he's just recently started and is loving Storm King. She's been working on him for a while.
They have a
joining the
great
gym.
free spirit. They like to get out and see
They travel.
adventures.
Their vacation down here looks a lot different than ours.
Yeah, their vacation is more. They're working their ass off. They're out surfing all day long and probably eating fish tacos somewhere. So vacation how you like, right? But they rock it.
Yeah.
So how about the birthdays?
Congrats, Becca.
Major birthday. Dawn. Guess Dawn Mason's birthday is on Sunday.
I have a major birthday.
Yeah.
I don't even know how old I am. 47?
You'll be 47.
Yeah.
Who else do we have this week?
Okay, so Taryn, happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Taryn.
Aline, it's her birthday. Dina, Patrick, and Teague.
Oh, we got a
Yeah,
lot of
a lot of
birthdays with
birthdays
you.
this week.
That means parents
It's a
were.
good month.
Yeah, your parents are what, fall babies or
I don't
fall
know.
producers,
I don't know.
whenever
That's
that
just
happens.
gross.
Yeah, it's, all right. Happy Friday, guys. Get
All
out
right,
there. It's going to be
guys.
hot in Port Angeles.
I hear
this
you guys
swim.
are having great weather, of
Yeah,
course.
of course
As
you
soon
are.
as we leave. You're welcome.
You were welcome. We love you, so you can have it. We'll be back next week. Thanks for tuning in. And if you have any comments or questions below about things we talk about, put it down below. And if you want to see these videos earlier, hit the like button. Thanks, guys.
All right.